Hello!
I'm feeling much better today.
Welcome to the kitchen table. This is towels from the toilet bowl. And this is a scary one. Look scared. Ooh, scary one.
I was very scared.
We're going to be reviewing some horror movies.
And I match my hair with my face.
And we've brought out a few from our extensive collection.
We have more, but we haven't brought them all out, although we've been over them on the table.
Yeah, so we brought some from our extensive collection. So I'm going to kick off with the two we've got on top, which is Chucky.
Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky. Now, I said about the Child's Play franchise. The Child's Play franchise. These are two, I won't say knockoffs. After it went, I can't remember what one it was. 4, I think. Child's Play 4. They did Bride of Chucky. Then they did Seed of Chucky. Then they did Cult of Chucky, and then it was Curse of Chucky, or was it Curse of Chucky and then Cult of... I can't remember. Oh, it was this one first. So this is Curse of Chucky, and then they did Cult of Chucky. They are very good films. I love the Chucky films anyway.
The thing was, first it started off as a real horror film. Then Chucky became sort of like funny, and they were still gory, but
yeah, I do. They
focused on comedy more than the horror and the gore. Then they done the new Chucky.
Oh God!
Oh dear.
That was like based on the first one, but they messed it up so much. Like, okay, Brad Dourif has got an amazing scary voice. When he is Chucky, you're scared. You know, you're like, ooh. But when Luke Skywalker did it, that's not scary.
I wasn't scared.
And his eyes were glowing red. And Chucky was never like a computerized doll. He was just a doll, which is what made it scarier. They tried to make him robotic. No. He was scary because there was no AI in him. He was just a generic doll.
He was an effing evil doll, man.
And that is what was scary about him, was there was no AI in him. He wasn't a robot. He was just a generic doll that kids played with. And the only thing he done was talk.
And I think he was supposed to walk.
I don't think he's supposed to walk.
I don't know.
But anyway,
he liked one hand.
Just a generic doll, and now they messed him up in the new one. But I do like all the Chucky films, apart from that one. That one really messed it up, and they just went a bit cringy with it, to be honest. So, yeah, that's a no. But the old Chuckies are a yes. Stay Alive. What can I say about Stay Alive? I did actually mention this one when we done our horror films last time. The end of this one doesn't work properly. And like I said, it's the one where the fake goth gets hers. And I like that bit because I don't like her. I don't think they should put fake goths in films. If you're going to have a goth, have a real one. You know, we are around. There is some of us. We are still here. Just, we're forgotten about for some reason. And like when people say that, just because I wear black lipstick and have my hair dyed 2 colours and have like eyeshadow that matches my hair. Behave. What's wrong with you? But,
Mummy, it's a devil lady.
Yeah, and when their parent agrees with them, that really annoys me.
Yes, dear, it's a devil lady.
Come on, teach your kids some respect for people. Jeez, I'm a grown-up. I don't want kids telling me that I'm a devil lady and their parents going, yes, dear. You're supposed to go, no, she's a person. Because I am.
Slightly strange person.
Yeah, don't... there's a vampire. Yes, darling, that's a vampire. Be like, thank you very much. But no. The devil lady.
I don't know, when I was walking down the road and I've got some kids in the school uniform, bear in mind, going, vampirists.
Yeah, what is vampirist?
Is this that part of a vampire?
Vampirist. But what I should have done was like when they said devil lady, I should have gone, thanks. But I didn't. I was quite annoyed because my mum was really annoyed. She was like, what sort of a parent? She's like, you're supposed to, she actually had a go at the mum because I'm like, yes, dear, it's a devil lady. She went, what sort of parent are you? You're supposed to teach your kids respect for adults. And she's like, she's not an adult. She's my daughter. She's an adult. She's like, how dare you?
Vampirists.
How dare you? But anyway, yeah. So I don't think that they should put fake goths in a film. Have a real one. We're much more fun. Because we actually know...
We are fun.
We know about the culture of goths. I mean, being a goth isn't just a look, it's a lifestyle.
It's scowl.
So, yeah, well, that is still a lifestyle. Being a goth isn't just about fashion, it is a lifestyle choice that you make.
We've got a black Christmas tree.
Yes. and all of our most of our furniture is black. We've got like black DVD shelves. We've got a black
And
telly
when you
stand.
consider most of that furniture we got for free.
Yeah, so it works, you know. Most of our furniture is black. Our gate on the door is black. Mind you, that was here before we moved in. We want to paint our front door black. I want to paint my bedroom door black.
The garden gate's black.
Yeah, so, you know, it is actually a lifestyle choice rather than a fashion statement. Although it's a fashion statement as well, but... You know, anyway, so yeah, Stay Alive is about a computer game and it kills you. Watch it. Watch it. It's good. It says here, you die in the game, you die for real. That's pretty much the gist of it. Yeah.
It's pretty hard to get hold of.
Go with that one.
It is quite hard to get hold of, but you can get hold of it. So.
Amazon. Try Amazon. I lost my pen. There you go. Try Amazon. Abattoir. This film is as gory as you like.
I can't get close to the camera.
Abattoir. Now, this is a bit weird. It's from the
Very
director
weird.
of Saw 2, 3, and 4. It says he's been expecting you. Now, this guy is the devil. And he's got a house. How do you build a haunted house? You take rooms from other houses where murders have happened and make it into a house. That's what he does. He gets he gets places where murders have happened, and then he'll go into the room where the murders happened and he'll take the room. Not stuff from the room, the whole room. The walls and everything. The whole room. Abattoir. You need to watch this film. It is as gory as hell. It is really, really good. There's no sex in it.
You don't need 60-second makeover when you can just have the whole.
There's no sex in it. I love it. It's a really good film. There's no sex in it. It's as gory as hell. I love it. You do not need sex to make a good film. Stay Alive ain't got any sex in it either, is it? No. 28 days later. Now, in the beginning of this is a naked man walking down the street. If you like that sort of thing, there you go. He's ugly as hell, but you know.
Oh, come on, he's Irish, you can't help it.
He don't have much in the way of the danglage.
He's supposed to have been in a coma for God knows how long.
It doesn't actually change the size of your appendage. I'm sorry, but it doesn't.
Well, it might do if you've been unconscious for that long.
This is a very good zombie film. There is 1 and 2. There is 28 days later, which is this one, and 28 weeks later. I think this is the better one, obviously. I mean, the guy who is Rumpelstiltskin in Once Upon a Time is in 28 weeks later.
Carlisle.
He was also in The Full Monty. That's actually quite scary, The Full Monty, because seeing him half naked is just no.
The Full Monty,
Trainspotting.
Trainspotting.
There's a lot of films. A lot of films. So yeah, that is a good film. And I suggest you watch it if you haven't already. It says nothing on Earth. Strike an original and genre-busting vision. And yeah, and it says from the directors of Trainspotting on the Beach. But it's nothing like Trainspotting or The Beach, because The Beach put me to sleep, and Trainspotting was crap, so...
It was as crappy as when he pulled out that sheet with diarrhea on it.
Huh?
That was in Trainspotting.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you know, I don't know how the directors of Trainspotting and The Beach to come up with something like that, but they did, and it's really good, so you should watch that one.
Right, all together now, do your truth or dare face. It's truth or dare.
I just look like I'm smiling really, really largely. Right, Truth or Dare. This is a really good film. A lot of people bitched about it, but I don't know why. It is a really good film. Can't stand her, though. The producer of Happy Death Day and Get Out invites you to play Truth or Dare. It's Blumhouse. Get Out was Blumhouse. Happy Death Day was also Blumhouse. But by the way, Happy Death Day 1 and 2 are really funny as well. They're funny. They're not scary. Well, there's a killer on the loose, but it's funny, okay? We'll put it that way. So, yeah. If you don't complete the game, or you have to find other players to play the game, if you don't find other players to play the game, you end up dead. And they go away and a guy makes them play it, and they will get killed. Well,
don't all get killed.
Oh no, because she does a thing on the internet, doesn't she? So yeah, watch this one. It is really good, and this is quite a new film, so you should be able to get hold of it. It's a good film. Truth or Dare. What was it I was going to write down? I said. I don't know where to put that one. 13 Ghosts. And
Matthew Ludd's in it, and Shannon Elizabeth's in it. But don't let that put you off.
if you don't know who Matthew Lillard is in Scream, he was Scooby-Doo, Shaggy. He wasn't Scooby-Doo, he was Shaggy in Scooby-Doo, the live-action films. Yeah, so he's funny. And this says Tara has multiplied. There's multiplied. Misery loves company. That's what it says on the back. I'm not going to read the whole still of it because then it will give it away. But there's 13 Ghosts. It's a good film. 13 Ghosts are in a house. I'm not going to tell you the rest of it because it will give it away.
What's my favourite one of the Prince?
What did the you mean the James Dean wannabe?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there. He's there.
Or is it?
He's there. He's there. He is there. He's on the front. He's there. She likes him because he likes James Dean.
Yeah.
He got killed in his car like James Dean.
This is funny rather than horrible, but it's still kind of horrible.
R.I.P.D. Right. It's got Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds in it, and basically they are dead and they have to fight.
They're a police force to get back the deaders. Kevin Bacon is also in it.
Yeah.
They are cops that have died on the job, and when they go up to the afterlife, they get made into cops that have got to come down to earth as ghosts.
Problem is, when
And-
people see them, because they have a form of what people can see, Ryan Reynolds at first is a little Chinese man, and Jeff Bridges is this blonde, leggy female. And then he says he doesn't want to be the little Chinese man anymore, so they make him a ginger girl with braces. He turns into a brownie.
Girl Scouts.
Oh, it's a Girl Scout then. He turns into a Girl Scout. So you've got leggy blonde with ginger, bracy Girl Scout. And it says here, defending our world one soul at a time. That's what they do.
Yeah, and it is very
It's
funny.
very funny.
There's some gory bits in it.
Not many though.
No, but there are some. Well,
It's a 12. Come on.
there are some gory bits in it, but it's more funny gore than gore.
Yeah, and it is only a 12. So
And come on, it's Ryan Reynolds. You know it's not going to be normal with him.
this film is
Ah,
really, 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 really good. It's got the bird out of Spy Kids in it. It's not
Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton's in it, and she gets her face falls off.
The lead singer of Skinny Puppy.
Yep. Joan Jett makes an appearance. Sarah Brightman mother.
Oh.
And Anthony Head. Anthony Head.
It could answer that.
Anthony Head is the guy who played the librarian on Buffy. That's him there. That's him. And it says, if you thought Moulin Rouge was a sensory overload, you haven't seen anything yet. Killer tunes and bloody mayhem unlike anything you've ever seen. Actually, some of the songs on here are pretty good.
It's a bit typecasting, Paris Hilton. Though. She's addicted to plastic surgery.
From the producers of Saw, again. This is parental advisory, not your parents' opera.
Let's put it this way. With the way the world is going with plastic surgery and black market organs.
Right, on here, hang on a minute. It says, though for those who can't keep up with their organ payments. Now, basically, what they do is a generic opera. A genetic opera. If you've got something wrong with you, you pay to have
A kidney transplant or whatever.
or something like that, or a heart transplant. It can be something big, or you can have a whole body transplant, right? And you have to keep up with your payments, because if you don't, the repo man will come around and he will kill you and take back what you have. And he will take everything else that you have, like your kidneys, your liver, your heart. He'll take it all. If you don't keep up with your payments. Keep up with your payments, fine. But the payments are high. And that's basically it. You just it's a, you know, you have to keep up your payments. They do transplants and stuff. Have a look at it. It's really good. It's a really, really good film. Ghost Ship. We were saying about this one where the wire cuts and it cuts everyone in half. Love it. It's gory. It's not on my gore list. I have a gore list. I have a funny horrors, and I have normal horror films that I'm going to go into when we finish showing you other horror films. But Ghost Ship is a really, really good film. Triumphantly Scary will scare you shipless. And it says See Evil there. See Evil. We had another copy of this, and it had the moving cover. And you go like that, and you'd see the skull, and then you wouldn't see the skull, and then you see it. It was one of them. And we lost it in the move. But it is a really good film. Watch it, have a look at that. It's on Prime at the moment. It's on Amazon Prime at the moment for free. Bit of information for you there.
This is Kaylee's fancy man. She fancies
Craig. Yeah. He's hot. Right, this was set in England.
London.
London, yes. It was set in Charing Cross. Charing Cross Station, to be exact. This film does for public transportation what Psycho did for showers. It's better than Psycho. It is... Now, okay, I am a gore monger. I love gore. To me... To a lot of people, this will be like, oh, it's really gory. To me, it's not that gory.
No, the Midnight Meat Train is gory.
Yeah, that's gory. The Midnight Meat Train is a really good film as well. But this, it says, mercilessly chilling, terrifying. Your journey terminates here. It's a good film. It is a really, really good film. And it is quite gory, I guess, if you're into, like... This is gruesome, and it's really not. Talk frightening and gruesome. It's not gruesome. If you... are kind of like a horror person but not into a lot of blood, then you should watch this one, because there's not a lot of blood in it. There's a lot of blood, but there's not a lot. It's not my kind of gore. I mean, I like this film. It was a good film. I watched it the other day, but it could do with being more gory.
Yeah, she just...
Craig could have done so much more, and they should have gone a bit more into his story, but they didn't. I mean, that bit with the woman, the famous woman, is a bit...
Well, they said that they wouldn't show you the bit that he actually wrote as the prologue, because they said that you get too much sympathy for the character.
I have sympathy for him anyway.
But you have sympathy for him anyway. You feel sorry for him in any case, so I think that was just a mistake to leave that out.
Yeah, they should have put it in there. Right, I put on here anything by Stephen King. Any Stephen King, but a lot of the Stephen King films that they've done remakes of have gone downhill. They're not very good.
And not only that, a lot of the Stephen King films, it doesn't seem to translate as well to film. But this one, it started out as a mockumentary, and it was the diary of Ellen Rimbaud, who is... She married a wealthy man who was twice her age in the Edwardian times, and she went a bit nuts because he wasn't the nicest of husbands.
I don't like that film. I don't like either of them. I don't like Rose Red and I don't like The Diary of Ellen Rimbaud. I don't like them. I don't like them.
I don't know why you don't like Rose Red.
Because it's boring. I've sat there and watched it 3 times and I do not like it.
Well, I quite like these. They're not super gory. They're not...
I don't like them.
Shut up a minute, will you? One of my favourite actors is Julian Sands. Well, I think he's absolutely gorgeous. I've got a big nose, but apart from that, he's gorgeous. And one of the guys in this... One of the guys in this is in actually the Stay Alive film as well.
What one? Oh, yeah.
Rollinger. Yeah. So I think it's good. She doesn't like it.
It's not scary. It's not scary. Like it's the writer Stephen King would think, oh, it's going to be a chiller. It's not scary.
It wasn't. It never came out as a book.
It wasn't scary.
So, you know, this is one of his just straight film things, and it's not as good as what he normally does. Having said that, I read the Mr. Mercedes trilogy.
What's it say? Yeah, nothing. I can't read any of that because it's all too much. Stephen King's Rose Red Chronicles, that's what it says.
I read Mr. Mercedes, which is a trilogy, and it was excellent. Hang on a minute. It was absolutely excellent.
She's going to be talking about this all night now.
I then watched all 3 seasons of Mr. Mercedes, and it lost the plot. So, unfortunately, went like True Blood.
Can I go on now?
Yes.
Right, this next one is Dreamcatcher. I spoke about it the other day. The Mr. Grey thing. Evil slips through excellent lurid?
Yeah, lurid.
Lurid entertainment. Based on the book by Stephen King. Did you read the book?
Yes.
Heart pounding horror. It ain't scary. It ain't scary. It's a little bit gory, a little bit. It ain't scary. it ain't scary.
Oh, come when that bloke gets folded up and his legs get knocked out from under him and his wife smashed up.
Who?
I can't remember. Jonesy.
Oh, Jones. Okay, he gets hit by a car, and that is pretty graphic, but
We even slowed it down to watch it because we gross.
it's not scary. Unless you're scared of aliens. That's all I'm going to say. It's not scary. Yeah, it's not. And I don't like sci-fi films, but this isn't really a sci-fi film. It's got aliens in it, but it's not really a sci-fi
And
film.
Morgan Freeman's in it.
There he is. But
And also Donnie Wahlberg's in it.
yeah, but you don't really see him much. But it's not scary.
But it is quite a good film.
It's a good film.
I think the book is better.
But like I said, unless you're afraid of aliens, it does nothing. It doesn't scare you.
Well, it is a bit.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Now this one. Do not bother with the new one.
No, we said about
This
that one.
is the better one.
Even number 2, even Pet Cemetery number 2 is not as bad as the new one.
This is the original and by far the best one.
Yeah.
The new one,
A pet isn't just for life. I like that.
forget it.
Sometimes dead is better.
I mean, you've got a picture of Gage on the back there, show him Gage, because he looks really... That is a toddler.
It's Church's Eye.
He's about 3 or 4 years old. And the actor in that,
He's really good.
he really does play
He is.
the part.
He seems like you would believe he was a demonic child at the end. He is really good. But that is Church's Eye. Church is the cat. Obviously, could have
He's
got thrown
there,
around it.
he's there with him.
Yeah, Church, and that's a dead guy. Don't worry about him. It's Church.
Boy, it's Gage, he's only little.
No, that one is not Gage.
Oh, that
that's a
ain't
dead
Gage.
guy.
Oh, that's a dead guy. But,
He does have a part of the film. You have to watch it. We're not going to give it away.
No, but all I will say is don't bother with the new one. If you're going to watch Pet Sematary because you want to see it, go for the old one because the new one is just a waste of time, really.
I have some films that have got some honourable mentions. We have got most of them. Some of them we don't have, but we have most of them. And I've put them on the list because we like them. We've seen them or we have them. So, first one is Dead Silence.
Dead Silence. If you're scared of ventriloquists, don't watch it.
I'm freaked out by ventriloquist dummies, but I've watched it so many times now. I'm just like sort of immune to it.
It is.
It's a good film.
If
There's one bit I can't watch though, and it's the clown ventriloquist dummy, and that does do
you
me in.
were the ghost of Mary Shaw, she had no children, only dolls. And there's something about something. Just make sure you never scream.
Because if you scream, she'll cut your tongue out. And she adds it to her own long tongue.
It's made of many, many tongues.
Mainly children's tongues. But she was a weird woman when she was alive and she died. And she wanted to be made into a ventriloquist dummy when she died. That was
Because
her
that's how
dolls.
she made her money. She built a theatre where she did ventriloquist shows, and a child went missing, and she got the blame for it.
It
So
was her fault.
she sort of got lynch mobbed, and she's now taking her revenge.
Yeah, it is a good film. It's got that Australian guy in it, isn't it?
And yeah, his name escapes me. He was in True Blood, and he was also in Home and Away. That's where he started his career.
And there's no sex in that one either.
He's Australian, but now he's in a lot of American films. Much the same as the other one is Melissa George. She sort of started doing Hollywood movies the same time as he did.
But there's no sex in that one either. It just tells me that you don't need sex for a good film.
You don't need sex to be in a good film.
The next one is Silent Hill. And now this, I've also put down Resident Evil because game crossovers, they can go one of two ways. They can either be really, 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 really good or really, really, really bad. I have seen all of the Silent Hills. I have seen all of the Resident Evils. To be honest, Silent Hill is better than Resident Evil in my books. But they did do a massive screw up in Resident Evil, and it was their dad was the one who went to Silent Hill, not the mum.
Dead Rising movie,
That's crap.
The Watchtower.
That's crap.
Yeah, and yeah, that was one horror survival game that we played and we really enjoyed. But the actual movie,
He don't even look like Frank. Come on.
Frank.
Right. So anyway, Silent Hill. The story of the game is that the dad, he had a little girl. The little girl disappeared, or he took her to Silent Hill or something. I can't remember. It's basically what happened, but it was with the guy instead of the girl. So it was with her mum. So he took her to Silent Hill, and she got lost or something. I can't remember. I haven't seen Silent Hill in ages. I've got it, just haven't watched it in ages, which is stupid. I should do that because I do like that film. Pyramid Head is epic. I love him. It shouldn't. He's a baddie, but it's Pyramid Head. How can you not like him? And he is very gory because he rips off this woman's skin. It's gory and I like it, and that's Silent Hill, and it is a game crossover, but that one went really well.
Can I just say something about your game crossovers thing? Dead Rising was a really naff film, but in the game, the most iconic part of the whole game is the tune in the mall.
Have a listen to it. Just put in Dead Rising mole music.
It's in the film. They kept
only
a snippet of that in there, but it's in there and we noticed it.
Right,
so.
Resident Evil. That is the other game crossover. It's about zombies, and it's about the T-virus.
I find it very confusing. I'm not a great fan of the film.
You have a virus, the T-virus, and they're doing it in a lab, and it gets smashed on the floor, and it gets out, and everyone turns into zombies. And you've got Raccoon City, which is the city that's on top of where the labs are, because the labs are underneath the ground in the Umbrella Corporation, and Raccoon City is the city above. It is quite confusing because there's so many Resident Evil films, and she'd never seen the game. You've seen the game now, though. It might make more sense to you now.
Not really.
Well, I've got.
I keep getting it mixed up with the other one.
What other one?
Silent Hill.
Oh, you're weird. Anyway, Silent Hill was the one with the deranged nurses.
Yeah, I know Silent Hill was the one with the deranged nurses and that, but then you've got the liquor in that, and it's like, what the...
That's a zombie monster.
Yeah, you never really know
but
what's going on.
But also, you know, it's the same thing. You get bitten by a zombie, you turn into a zombie. That happens in the game. But there's this bit, and it's like there are loads... I like this bit. There's loads of zombies, and they're all trying to, and grab you, and they get one of them. They pull them down, and they eat them. I like zombie films. I do. I like zombie films. Resident Evil is not one of the best ones. I like it because I like Milla. I do like Milla. She's a good actress. But it's not one of the best zombie films. I mean, yes, it's good. But then I don't know what they did when they had like loads and loads of her. I know they were doing some sort of
making
project.
their own Alice's.
Yeah, and I don't know why. Like, and then she had like this normal life and a child and everything. And that's when she found out there was loads of her, and it was just like, well, why? They didn't really explain much.
Yeah, I get very confused with those.
They didn't really explain a lot. I mean, I like Resident Evil. You might not like it. I like Resident Evil, but I think they should have explained it a bit more.
Yeah, I'm not a great fan because I don't really understand the game either. It's just confusing.
House on Haunted Hill.
Right, we're not talking about the original with Vincent Price, although he was God as far as I'm concerned. When it comes to horror films, Vincent Price, if he was in it, you knew it was going to be horrible.
Well, for them days, yeah, but not now.
Now they actually gave a nod to Vincent Price in so much as they made Geoffrey Rush look a little bit like Vincent Price, and his name was Mr. Price.
He didn't look like Barbosa.
I also know the woman with the big feet. Famke Johansson is in it.
Or Femke as they call her, but it's Famke.
Geoffrey Rush is in it. And the bird who played Clear Rivers out of Final Destination is also in it.
Yeah, she is.
It is a good film. I really enjoyed it. I didn't realise, actually, when on the first couple of times I watched it, that the theme tune, their version of Sweet Dreams, was actually done by Marilyn Manson. It was like, wow, Marilyn Manson sounds like good. Sweet Dreams was a freaky song to start with. Back in the 80s, even the video for it was freaky. But he actually improved it. He made it a lot better, and I do actually like that version of it, so...
But I would never go to a haunted house for a birthday party.
It's a hospital. It wasn't even supposed to be a house.
The people, right, she had a list of people. It was a massive list she had, and he threw it away. and he just left it because he wasn't going to invite anyone. And the invitations sent themselves out. And it was like, if you could stay the night there, you'd get like £1 million. And yeah, 2 people do escape, but they're stuck on top of the house. They can't get down. There's no way down. There's no footholds or anything. Just watch it. It's a good film. Because that bit at the end, my mum was sitting there laughing, like, yeah, they got all that money, they're not going to get down.
Well, what are you going to do now? It's just so matter of fact.
Because I think they got like £10 million because like they were the only 2 survivors. Just watch it. And because of that, well, they can't spend it,
I'm
can
sure
they? They're
they can
stuck.
flag down an helicopter or something.
I doubt it. Right. You have The Hills Have Eyes. They've got 1 and 2. The Hills Have Eyes 1 and The Hills Have Eyes 2. And I don't know what happens to the dog. I do not like it. I don't like what happens to... Is it Beast or Beauty that gets killed? Because one of them survives, doesn't they? I think it's Beast who gets killed.
Now, The Hills Have Eyes, I've read the books. I've seen the original films.
There's a lot of sex in that, though.
And I have seen the new ones. I hate to say it, the old ones were better.
Is there not like loads and loads of sex in them?
There is a little bit. I mean, there's a little bit because obviously the people that live in that town are like savages, and animals have sex, unfortunately, and they're like animals. They are savages. I've read the books, The Hills Have Eyes 1 and The Hills Have Eyes 2. I haven't seen the old Hills Have Eyes 2, but I have seen the old Hills Have Eyes 1.
Right, and there's another one that's like it. I can't remember whether it's Wrong Turn or Dead End. I think it's Wrong Turn.
Wrong Turn.
It is Wrong Turn. Because there's like these people and they're like all deformed and stuff, and there's the same thing in Wrong Turn. They are all deformed and stuff. And they live out in the sticks, and there's this game show that's going on. This is on The Wrong Turn, and people are dying from the game show. It's a reality show, and it's like a reality game show, isn't it? And they're all getting killed and stuff.
A bit like Survivor.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, if you watch The Hills Have Eyes, the new one, it tells you why they look like they do. Even in the book, it doesn't really describe why they are the way they are.
Because they got mutated in that stuff.
They were doing nuclear testing and letting off bombs and things in this town. And it was supposed to have been Taylor's dummies and that, sitting there, just doing normal everyday things, sitting there watching telly or cooking dinner or whatever. And they've put the mannequins in the positions that normal people would be in. But even in the books, they never really explained that part of it. It was just these hillbillies that were living out in the middle of nowhere, basically, and they looked weird. They didn't really explain why. But the new film does explain it a lot more. And I don't know, because I can't remember seeing the new Hills Have Eyes 2.
You have.
I probably have.
You have.
But in the books and the old one, Ruby was one of that family, and she survived, and she became one of the girlfriends of the bikers who went there on holiday.
Well, I know that she runs away with the baby, that's why.
Yeah, she runs away with the baby, and then she returns the baby to its family, and she ends up going out with one of them.
I don't think she does, no.
Yeah, but that was in the book.
But also we have Urban Legends. Now there's like 1, 2 and 3, I think. Or 1 and 2. No, there's 3.
I thought there was just 2.
No, there's 3. There is 3. Now, I like the first one because it's Urban Legends and
Jared Leto's in it.
they say about the Urban Legends and they go through all the Urban Legends.
The only person I can think of that's in it is Jared Leto.
But number 2, they got the liver in the it's the kidney in it. They've got the kidney in the bath. If you don't know that Urban Legend, it is someone cuts out your kidney, you wake up in a bath full of ice.
Yeah, you get drugged, you get put in a bath, they take out your kidney out and you wake up in a bath of ice.
It has happened.
There is another one whereby there are a couple in a lover's lane and the guy goes out because he's out investigating a noise and the girl in the car is banging on the roof and she gets scared and drives off. And then they find out that her boyfriend's actually hung from a tree and it was him kicking the roof trying to get down from the tree that killed him. That's in it. I don't know. There's a lot of urban legends.
The flashing lights.
Flashing lights, whereby you turn off your headlights, and the first person who flashes their headlights at you, you
chase them down.
You chase them down basically, and make them believe that you're a psycho.
Yeah. So like you chase them, like you just literally drive behind them, and you're flashing your lights the whole time.
Yeah, which is daft.
Don't do it, because it can lead to you going to prison. It's a very serious offence, that one. Don't do it. Don't do any of them actually, because they're all pretty. Just don't do it. And the other one that I don't like, which is the dog in the bathroom, won't go into that. I don't want to.
Look, it was an urban legend that this bloke, well, it was an old lady, they broke into a house and she goes to get a midnight snack and she ends up microwaving her dog. That's
the other one. And then there's the other one with the dog in the bath and the dripping. It says humans can lick too. That one? No.
Yeah, not nice.
No, it's not nice. It's not. You don't want to know. It's horrible. I'm not even going to tell you that one. If you want to know, look online. All the urban legends are on there. Like all the urban legends from all the different countries, but they're obviously focusing on. They're focusing on. They're obviously focusing on I'd say it again. Focusing on the English ones and the American ones. Focusing on. They are. They're focusing on. Not focusing on, which is what I was supposed to say. Twice.
What got down there?
Right, so we just covered urban legends and The Boy 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I got annoyed about this. I don't know if it's crap. It's not crap.
It's a bit weird. There is a boy called Brahms.
No, he's sweet. I like
him. And they believe that he died in a fire. And his parents are a bit strange because they've got a life-size doll of Brahms. A boy who would be about 6 or 7.
He's not life-size, is he? Because he's about that big. He's a
bit bigger than that.
No, he's about that big because she picks him up and carries him around.
Anyway, he's the size. It's a doll the size of a toddler, basically.
Yeah.
And they give him dinner. He sits there and has dinner. They put him to bed at a certain time and get him dressed in the morning. He has lessons, and you think weird people.
And you have to read in books, and you have to follow the rules. There is rules, and you have to follow the rules. You're not allowed to have people staying around, unless Brahms knows them. You have to be nice to Brahms.
You can't take him out the grounds of the house.
No.
He has to be put to bed at a certain time. He has to have his lessons. And when he has dinner, you have to leave it on the table.
Until he's eaten it.
And then, after about an hour, you put it in a freezer. You put it in the freezer after about an hour.
You have to put it in the freezer?
Yeah.
Can't throw it away?
It is a bit odd, and you'll be sitting there watching it and thinking, what? And the fact that his parents go away and then put stones in their pockets and drown themselves, you think, oh, why are they doing that? It will all be explained.
At the end. But in the second one...
Yeah, the second one did screw it up a little bit. It was very entertaining.
Right. Now, we all know about this boy. And the doll possesses the child who's in the film. Doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he's possessed by this doll, this Brahms. And weird stuff happens. You need to watch it. Like, it's not on Prime or anything at the moment. I'm still waiting for it to go on to Sky because I watched it once at the cinema and it is really good. I was just like, oh. And I was waiting for that to come out because it's like, oh, The Boy 2. And I was like, The Boy 2. When's it out? And I couldn't find it. Like, and I didn't know when the listings were or anything at the cinema. And I managed to find out. And I was like, we're going to go and watch The Boy 2. And I was like, yeah. So we did that when I was at work. I left one day and decided to go to the cinema. We did that. That was fun. We did that for about 4 days running.
Had a reason.
Yeah, there was a guy like that. There you go. There you go. And it didn't work out. So, yeah. You know, it happens. It didn't work out. He didn't fancy me.
Probably did, but he probably just thought it was weird that your mum was chatting about it.
Oh, anyway, and then you got The Invisible Man, the new one.
That is excellent. I loved it.
There's a lot of jump scares in it. If you like jump scares, then there's a lot of them in it. Me and Mum were just sitting there not jumping. We're just like intently
The thing
watching
is,
it.
I don't usually jump at movies, any movies. And I was sitting there watching it, and there was a person next to me.
It was a full house that night though, because it was the first night it come out.
Yeah, there was a guy sitting next to me, and he was jumping all over the place. He was like really driving me nuts.
Did he be?
And then I've got my Coke in my hand, and he jumped, and because I didn't want to spill my Coke, I jumped as well. And he went, "Mum, you just jumped," and I went, "It wasn't intentional."
It never is intentional. You don't
No,
jump on purpose.
Normally I jump if I'm, if you're nervous or you see something scary.
But I can't really say much about that because anything that I say will give it away.
Mm.
So I can't really say much about the
There
Invisible
are
Man.
quite a lot of jump scares in it. I'll say that much. You can say that.
Yeah, but it's the Invisible Man. Think about it.
Yeah, it's
He's
invisible. So if you see things moving on their own, you're going to jump, aren't you? So,
and you know it's him. So don't
yeah,
jump.
there's quite a lot of jump scares.
Right, now we have Saw, the whole collection. And there's a new one coming out.
So, because I really hate Saw.
No, you don't. You liked it.
So I like it once. You've watched them all about 200 times.
I like Jigsaw. I think he's cute. He's a little. What is he? A dummy? Would you say
He's a doll.
He's a
doll
little doll
on a bike.
on a bike. A little tricycle.
Tricycle. You could buy him in.
And he's got
Brilliant.
little round cheekish. He's got some red lipstick on. He comes and he goes, "Would you like to play a game?" Don't play the games with him. Don't do it. No, because you get kidnapped anyway, so you don't really have a choice. And the games are not fun. You have a chance to live most of the time.
You might have to cut your feet off.
Until Amanda did it. No, because you can survive without your foot. Amanda was someone who he had trapped there and done the game on because she was a drug addict. And he only...
Drug addict prostituting was one of the Johns that she had to...
It was only people who had done wrong that he used to kidnap. And she worked for him after she had done what she needed to do, which was cut a key out of her boyfriend.
More than a boyfriend.
Or cut a key out of someone.
Client.
Undo a collar to get out of it. And then she decided to work for John. John is Jigsaw, basically. And she decided to work for him. But she was screwing up the game so that even if you got out of what you needed to get out of, you wouldn't survive. She was horrible. And John said, "You're not playing the games as they should be played." And then he was a little bit mad at her because she was just killing people for the fun of it. That's not how it works. You do your bad deed. You go to do the game, and if you get out alive, you live. That's how it works. If you don't get out alive, you're dead. That's it. But if you manage to work out all the clues, because you have clues, and if you manage to work out all the clues and manage to get out of there, you're free to go. In Amanda's mind, if you got out of the game, you wasn't free to go. You got killed anyway, because she was horrible. And I don't like her. And she deserves to die.
Well, she died anyway, so...
Good. And then she done one, he put her in there again, and she was the mole, but not really a mole. She was just like pushing them to their limits in a way. But I do like the Saw films. They are very gory, and
Yeah, but you liked Cube as well, and that was weird like that.
I like twisted things. I like Hellraiser as well. That's twisted,
Oh.
and that's
Well, of course,
Clive Barker.
that's from the mind of Clive Barker. You're not going to get bunnies and rainbows, are you?
I sort of like the older films like Resident Evil. No, hit me over the head. Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the
When you
13th.
say older films, they're not old.
Not to you, to me they are. Child's Play. I don't like Halloween. Halloween and the new Nightmare on Elm Street. What was that about? I mean, Freddy vs Jason was pretty good. It was pretty good because one of them scared of fire, one of them scared of water. That was pretty good. But what was that new one about that had Jared Padalecki in it? That was just bum. He's looking for his sister.
That was a bit weird, but then again,
His name was Clay, remember?
I didn't actually get to see that properly. It was very fragmented. We didn't. It wasn't a bona fide copy, and it wasn't that good.
House of Wax.
Now, we're talking about the remake with Paris Hilton and Jared Padalecki in it.
Is he in that one? Yes, he is, isn't he? Yeah.
Paris Hilton's in it, Jared Padalecki's in it, and they're the only two big names I can think of that are in it. House of Wax, the original House of Wax, the original black and white one, it's not. This is much gorier and it goes much deeper into twisted minds, to be honest.
We have my gore. Now, I haven't got a lot of gore here, written down here, but there is some that are gory. Here. Just keep saying here. Yeah. And actually, I'm going to put one to go with that one because of the director is the same. So I'm going to put down... Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I know that is.
Yeah, he's on other ones as well. But... Right, Abattoir. I told you about Abattoir. You've seen the DVD of Abattoir. Houses get taken, put in another house. Watch it. It's good. It's gory. I like it. Alien. Things burst out of your stomach. Everybody knows that. That's no secret. There is memes about it. You know, you lay there and... Yeah. Okay, it's not the goriest, but I feel sorry for the baby alien.
It's in Alien 3, I believe.
He's so cute. Oh, he's not a xenomorph.
Ripley's cuddling him when he goes out the bloody window, so...
That's because it's her son.
Yeah. So, you know, you're saying...
He is cute.
The alien, you don't feel sorry for poor Ripley who goes with him.
She doesn't go... She gets sucked out the hole. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. She survives. Alien gets sucked out the hole.
There's one where she's cuddling him.
But anyway, he's not a xenomorph. He's just a generic alien. But I don't like sci-fi films, and that one's sci-fi-ish, but it's quite gory. So I quite like it. Don't like the bit where the alien gets sucked out the window. I'm cuddling. He's so cute. He's a alien face. He's so sad. I like the xenomorphs. They're bitches. I love them. They got acid spit. They're like, rah. Yeah. I love a xenomorph. They're great. Anyway, Final Destination. That's the screw on the... It's not funny.
Oh, the screw on the gymnastic bar.
No, okay, it's not... I wouldn't class that as the goriest film I've ever seen.
No, but that screw on the bar's horrible.
It is gory. It is... All of them are gory. You know, you've got the roller coaster one that goes off the tracks and everyone gets mushed. You've got the one with the bridge and the tar on that guy and he mushed.
That's the same one as the one with...
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
That's the one same one with the screw. I thought you meant as a roller coaster.
Oh, it's so
You've got the one with the... Number 2. What's the big thing that happens there? I can't even remember. What starts
they
that
get
one?
clear rivers at the nut house.
No. I'm trying to think of what actually starts that one. I can't remember. Right, number 2. Oh, it's that one. The road, the jam. Mushed. Everyone gets mushed. And number 1, the plane explodes and everyone gets mushed. There you go. Everyone gets mushed. So in all of the films, everyone gets mushed, but it's not actually one of my gory films. It's gory, but it's not that gory. But you should watch them. They are good, but they're just not as gory as they should be. They should be gory. I like gore. Hostel. That's gory.
There's more than one hostel.
There's Hostel 1, Hostel 2, and Hostel 3. We've seen them all. They are gory. I like them. They're really gory. There is a lot of sex in them because they are young. Well, the first one, they're young boys.
Well, the story was Eli Roth, who is the director, was looking on the internet one day and he found this website whereby someone from one of these countries, like Poland or something, had been offered to go into a warehouse where he would be hunted down. Not you're going to be trapped in a cell, you're going to be hunted down and murdered.
So you think, oh, there's a chance to escape.
And a load of money will be sent to your family because you've been killed, basically, and it's to pay for your funeral and to support the family thereafter. And this guy had the opportunity to go and he didn't. And he was just saying he was worried about the fact that maybe his family wouldn't have been paid. And Eli Roth sort of thought, I got an idea. And he done the Hostel movies.
Very good idea though. And then you've got Cabin Fever, which we told you about. I like a bit with that bird shaving her legs.
Yeah, but why did they do a remake of that?
I don't know. Because Eli Roth isn't even in the remake.
I can understand them doing a remake of a film that was maybe, I don't know, 20, 25 years ago. Cabin Fever was quite recent. I don't know why they bothered redoing.
But the thing with Eli Roth is, I'll call him Eli Roth. But the thing with him is he loves animals. He does a lot of work for PETA. And he is a very big animal lover. But in most of the films that he does, the animals get hurt too.
Well, it's not always the animals get hurt too. There's usually at least one animal that gets injured.
Cabin Fever, he throws an armadillo at the car.
Yeah, that's it. And that's a wild animal. It wasn't his dog.
Oh, actually, there's
Face.
other ones as well. I didn't put these on the list. 2001 Maniacs. I didn't write that one down.
Yeah, that's Robert Englund.
Rumbo! Sorry, we just run past the window. Little squirrel friend.
That's Robert Englund.
Who is also Freddie from That Mile Street.
And he is the mayor of a town that is full of maniacs.
Yeah.
And if you go there, be prepared to be killed.
What's that other one? Oh, what's the other one? Bum.
House of Thousand Corpses.
No, with Nora.
Nora.
Yes, Nora. She got killed. She blew herself up. She blew up the whole.
Norma.
Yeah.
Trailer Park of Terror.
That's a good film.
Nora. I thought she was talking about Nora Batty.
Norma.
I was
then.
thinking of Nora Batty getting a machete and going mad on compo.
Norma. Then. Shut up. We're doing a video. Anyway, Norma. She's dead. They're all dead. But they come back to life like once a year and terrorise people.
It was actually a comic. Just ignore. It was actually a comic, but they made it into a movie.
It's a really good film. Yes. So that's that one. But yeah, anything that's directed by Eli Roth, you should go and have a look at because he's a good director. The Hunt.
The Hunt is very gory.
Yes, it is.
And it's good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Think Saw, but not in a building.
Okay, you're getting hunted down.
By rich people who are paid to do it.
Like The Purge. Because, like, in The Purge, they said to this person, this was one occasion, that we will give your family a load of money if you come to our house and we can kill you.
That's how rich people do it.
He did it because he believed that his family was going to get a load of money and they never paid. They never paid out. You should say, give me the money first, then I'll do it. But no, he didn't do that, but he was terminal anyway. Silly git. You should always make sure that you're getting what you're doing first, so you get the money first, and then you go and do it. Don't do it beforehand. Silly. Get paid up front, then go and do it.
Yeah, similar to The Brave, that was.
Yeah, but anyway, so that was... And The Hunt is just basically a load of rich people chase you down and kill you. And everyone in the town is on it. So you can't go anywhere. Because you're hunted down everywhere you go. Things like this do actually happen as well, and it's a scary concept, but it does. Isn't it? Then you have My Bloody Valentine.
Yay! This is not the old original black and white one. This is the one that's got
Jensen
Ackles in it. And it is good. It is very gory.
It shouldn't actually be on my gore list because it's not gory enough for me, but it is pretty gory.
There's a guy in it and you're supposed to sympathise with him because, like, you know, this has happened in his town and he's heartbroken about it, and I can't stand him.
The sheriff.
Yeah,
Axel.
I hate his guts.
Axel.
He's one of those arrogant Burks you just want to punch. You know, he's horrible. And you're supposed to sort of feel some kind of empathy for him because it's his town, it's happening.
He's cheating on his wife.
I know, but you're supposed to have some kind of empathy. I haven't got any sympathy for him at all. I hope he dies. You know, all the way through, I was rooting for the killer. I cannot stand the guy.
But she likes Jensen Ackles anyway, so it's kind of... She wasn't actually looking at it like he was the guy who was she was supposed to be. No, she was like, go on, Jensen. I'm like, Mum, he's not Jensen.
No, I was calling him Dean. I'm like, go on, Dean.
Not Supernatural. His name was Harry or Henry. Was it Harry or Henry?
I can't remember who's Dean.
See, and you're supposed to be shouting out his name in the film. No, she's shouting out Dean. And a few points she went, go on, Jensen. And I'm like, no, Mum. Mum, no, it's not.
Well, and it was actually, we had the 3D version as well with glasses, which was pretty gross, but it's a film you can actually enjoy watching.
What I'll do is I'll do a list tomorrow and I'll put down what ones are on Prime and Netflix. It's going to take me ages and I'm going to do that for you guys because it's coming up to Halloween as well. But I'm going to do that for you guys. But I've got my funny ones, funny horror films. The Meg.
That ain't funny, really. It's not meant to be a comedy.
Oh, at the end with the dog. That is funny.
It's not supposed to be a comedy.
It's funny.
And that's got Jason Statham in it.
He's a body man.
I'm just trying to remember one star that's in these films.
I do like The Meg. The Meg is the star. There's two Megs. Meg is a megalodon, okay? They're supposed to be extinct. I don't believe they are.
It's whether you want to believe that a huge dinosaur shark is still alive somewhere in the Burma Trench.
I believe they are. Because, we've only, looked at 20% of the ocean.
Yeah, I believe they're there as well.
I don't know what's down underneath. You can't get to the bottom of the trench because it's endless.
So, yeah, I believe that there is something down there, so... Yeah.
It's in the front trench. You can't get to the bottom of it. You would die and your equipment would explode.
Well, you would explode too.
Just leave the animals alone. They don't want to be bothered. They just want to be free and
But I
left
believe
alone.
that there is more down there than we actually know about. And if there are, good on them.
Yeah, but the Meg is basically... A megalodon comes out of the depths and... I think she's hungry.
Yeah, I think they are.
And
They're hungry.
they find one. Fine and dandy. And then they find another one because the other one eats the first one.
Like all scientists and that, they have to kill it.
Yeah.
And then its mate sees it hanging there and thinks, well, soddy, you're not going to examine it, I'll eat it.
And the female is the bigger one.
That's usual.
So they had the boy hung up because they killed him. And she was like, oh, no, you don't.
Well, as is normal in nature, the female is the larger of the species. I mean, just look at toads.
Mm.
You know, as in nature, that's how it works. What else have we got on there?
But yeah, have a look at the Meg. That's a good film. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. These are the comedy ones. I mean, come on.
Now, this film is hilarious.
No, I like it with the bees.
Yeah, if you're out in the woods and you see a redneck with a chainsaw running round in circles, just sort of aiming at nothing,
Run.
you would run anyway. But
Don't
the
run into a
reason
tree.
why he's doing that is because he's disturbed. He's trying to. They bought a cabin. They're trying to do it up. He's gone to cut down a tree. The tree has got bees in it, and
he saws through the hive.
And he disturbs them. So obviously they attack him. And because he's got the chainsaw in his hand, he doesn't think to put it down. He's a redneck after all, and he's just sort of running like this with a chainsaw. And if you saw that in the woods, you would run.
And they kill a cop.
No, they don't kill a cop.
They do.
The cabin is quite dangerous because it's a fixer-upper they're working on. And there is a beam, and if you hit it, if you knock it out, There's the bit that's at the top with nails in it. Now the cop goes in there, knocks the beam, the naily bit of wood comes down and hits him in the head, and he's still staggering around, and they say, no, he's walking it off, he's fine. And then he drops dead.
But what happens is that this girl, there's a bunch of college students, they go to this place, and one of the friends, she faints or something, she passes out or something, and they take her back to the cabin, and the friends believe that they're torturing her and stuff, and they said, we need to get our friend back. But it's not all as it seems, because one of them is not who you think he is.
And also, if that girl was your friend and she passed out, would you leave her?
They did. Actually, no, they didn't. They were going to go and get her, but Tucker and Dale got there first.
Yeah, but they weren't very caring.
It's not as it all is not as it seems. There is like two stories running coherently. You have to watch it. Concurrently, whatever.
And it is hysterical.
Right. Then we have Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz and World's End.
Now, I had a feeling that these were going to get mentioned. Because if you look on Shaun of the Dead, there is a zombie with pink and black dreads and a pink and black stripy jumper. If you watch Hot Fuzz, there is a weird-looking weirdo walking around in the background, bright red hair. And if you watch World's End, there is a really weird-looking blonde with a buggy and in World's End.
Hi! Yeah, that's me.
I don't know what you're doing with the piano, but will you turn it down, please? Well, you're going to have to. Right, if you can hear horrible music, it's Mark being a book, as usual.
Anyway, that really didn't stop it at all.
So anyway, that is... You've got Simon Pegg in those, you've got
Nick Frost.
Nick Frost.
Me.
Kaylee. And...
What are you doing? Close your mouth.
They are directed by Ian Wright. It's his little trilogy. And
Edgar Wright, not Ian Wright.
That's what I mean. Who's Ian Wright?
He's a footballer, I think.
Is he?
I think so. I don't know.
It's like Edgar Wright, and it's his trilogy.
It's very good.
And they are quite good.
It's funny. All of them. And World's End's the one with the goths in it, obviously. We're like, hey! So, yeah. Killer Weekend. We found this accidentally.
Oh, that's lovely. Every time I go to squeeze one out, you've killed somebody else.
That's one of the lines in it, and we find that amusing. They go away on this stag weekend, and they've gone to this zombie army.
It's a zombie-themed paintball. And it's run by ex-military squaddies.
Because they like shouting at people.
And it's basically a load of ex-squaddies running around in makeup pretending they're zombies, and you've got to try and shoot them before they bite you.
Yeah. But it takes a turn for the worst. And they're not really... There's two teams. And if you've watched Benidorm, Malcolm, who is Pauline's boyfriend, is one of them. And he's stoned, and it's so funny. Because Cheese gets him stoned. I'm sorry, but like cheese, you know, extra cheese.
Why do you call you Cheese? I feel a funny story coming on. No, not really. I just really fudging love cheese.
It's like, you know, it's like me. That's the sort of thing I'd say.
There is quite a bit of swearing in it.
Yeah, but it is funny.
But it is hilarious.
It's that and the large night.
That was an effing large night.
Every time we have a good night out, it's a large night now. Well, if it's a really good night, it's a large night. Yeah. So when I go to Berlin with Michelle, finally, we will have one large night at least.
We'll wait till Lanzarote.
We had several large nights. But when me and Michelle, when we actually get to Berlin, we'll be having a few large nights. There'll be me drunk.
Michelle won't want to know what a large night is. Michelle has to be in bed by 9 o'clock. She won't know what a large night is.
With me? That's not going to happen.
Michelle
Just leave me out, it's fine.
Michelle likes to be in bed by about 9 o'clock with a hot cocoa and thinking of trendy things in Love Island.
She's getting old.
But No, a large night is where you go
No.
out and you're like...
No, what am I like?
When Kaylee goes on holiday, I don't know why we bother getting anywhere like a hotel room or anything, because she would quite happily pitch a tent on the beach and sleep there. Kaylee does not like going home when we're out.
I don't. And I could stay out all night and just
But mind you,
not care.
having said that, she does like the comfort of a warm shower and a comfortable bed. But
I don't spend long in the bed though, do
she
I?
doesn't spend that long in bed. And also, you know, she would be quite happy if you pitched a tent on the beach as long as she's got hot running water and
Yeah.
somewhere to put makeup on.
So as I've got me shower and makeup and a toilet, because I'm not going to toilet in the wild. That'll be fine. Little shack, you know, with a little hot water thing, so I can have my shower, some running water, so that we can go to toilet, and then a place for my makeup, and I'm all good. And a place to hang my clothes as well, because like I don't go out in the same clothes twice when I'm away.
I don't know, the best one was when we got to Lanzarote and we washed your dress.
Oh,
And
the amount of dye.
It came out and it was red dye and the sink was full of it. And I said to Kaylee, run upstairs and hang it in the shower.
It looked like a murder in the shower.
Because it went out of drip dry. So we hung it in the shower and where it was dripping, it was going it and it was dripping and there was like little spatters everywhere. And it was sort of like, there was like red line going into the drain of the shower. It did look like a crime scene.
My ex-boyfriend came around, what happened in here? I went, in my dress. I don't think he believed me.
Well, there's nobody dead.
He would have been if you'd have put your hands on him. But yeah.
I'd have got my own money.
You know, so, yeah. Let me think. Oh, let me know what you think of the films. I'm sorry, I'm having issues with my bodily functions here. I don't know what's going on here. Body's doing weird stuff.
So, little fish, is that something for you to watch over Halloween?
And I will go on to Prime, and I will go on to Netflix, and I will probably even go on to Sky and see what films
She'll
there
be
is.
doing some research for you today.
And I'll tell you what films there are for free.
So, my little fishies.
This is gonna, you better love me for this. This is gonna take me ages.
So, little fishies, we hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, be kind and considerate. This has been Tales.
Oh, by the way, one more thing, sorry. We will be doing one nearer Christmas as well with the Christmas films. And I will do the same thing as well.
Yeah, because we've got to do the Divide pretty soon.
Yeah, so let me know what you thought of this one, and then we'll do another one up to Christmas, and I'll do the same thing with the looking on Sky, Netflix and Prime, and letting you know what films
Yeah,
there
but you
is.
can't do that until nearer Christmas because they don't announce it.
No, I know, but
Anyway.
I can do the horror ones
Until
today.
tomorrow, be kind and considerate. And we'll see you tomorrow on Tales.
In return.
Bye.